time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Test it, trade it, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Hour Live. Today is May 5th. Hope everybody's having a good day. We've got the S&P currently up 66 points, almost a full percent. Nasdaq's up 1.4%. Russell, the strongest, up 1.75%, and the Dow is up about 0.75%. Same with gold. Silver down 0.33%. Notes and bonds a little bit green. 10-year yield down 0.5%. Oil's down almost 4%. Natty gas is down almost 3%. Soybeans, wheat, and corn all finished red by at least 1%. Wheat closer to 2%. Euro and the pound are flat, and Bitcoin up almost 2%. VIX contracting down to 17.26 is the current reading. As far as my trades today, my VIX are a little bit red. I've had one double stop. That was my 907 tranche. I still have one tranche open. It's on the 65 and 75 strike, just 10 wide. But down a little bit. We'll see where that ends up. On my day trading, 2 winners, 1 loser. Google was basically a scratch, small scratch win. Intel plus 1,800 and Tesla minus 500. So about a $1,400 day on those 3 day trades. As far as my transformers, I've got my bullish VRR from yesterday that I closed 2 of them and I transformed 3 of the lots, 3 of the 5. Currently up almost 1,500 on those remaining 3 that I transformed into a risk-free vertical. I've got a couple more $100 worth of profit if it can stay above 72.45, which we're at 72.70. So doesn't seem as if that would be a problem. This is one I have expiring in 2 days. This is the 1011 that I put on yesterday, the May 14-15. It's currently up about $300-400. Been waiting, tried to transform it yesterday, couldn't, close half, left half on overnight, and all I've ever needed was just a little teeny tiny pullback all day long to transform, but has not hit yet. So we'll see what happens on that one. I'll definitely close that today as it's right on the edge of my structure. And then this morning I put on a 1013 DTE, which is the May 15-18, and that one's up, looks like 500-ish. So I will, kind of similar to what I did, I'll close half and leave half on. We don't really have much going as far as econ reports tomorrow. We've got ADP non-farm employment change pre-market, but that's it. And then we've got an expected move in SPX between now and tomorrow's expiration of only 40 points. So I got a pretty decent little range on that 1013. So obviously a outsized move could hurt, but price doesn't do anything crazy, stays within 50 points, it'd be fine. And then I've got, this is a time fly, and then that's a structure that's got 10 days to expiration. Earnings. Let's talk earnings. Where is my earnings? There we go. So for earnings, we've got AMD, MSTR, SMCI, ALAB, and TEM after the bell. AMD, I was planning to do a calendar. Part of the reason is it had a huge, massive downside outside the expected move last quarter. So I'm assuming the premiums are a little extra juiced going in this time. And of the last 6 times that it exceeded the expected move, the following only 1 out of 6 exceeded it again, meaning it reverted back within the expected move. So I'm going to do a calendar on AMD. Disney and Uber are tomorrow morning. Disney's had the last 2 moves outside the expected range. So I'm thinking about doing a calendar in Disney as well. Uber very rarely moves outside the expected range, at least over the last 20 quarters. Everybody else hear me okay? Yeah, so I think, Moel, it's on your end. So I think I'm going to do a calendar in AMD and Disney. I think those will be my 2 plays. I've been liking doing these calendars when I'm trying to position it for a move inside the expected move. I like doing the calendars. They've done well. And I put at least 2 weeks in between the front and the back. So, for example, with AMD, I would do the 3-day. So we're at about 355. And then I'll use the 24-day. So that's May 29. As my back options. Expected move is about $25. $26.5, and then over 31 for the end of the expiration cycle Friday. And then Disney. And the options are not great in Disney, are they? It's only a $100 stock, and we're 15 cents wide. That's not great. Looking at a similar calendar in Disney. Would be something like this. Let's see if I can get filled in Disney. See how easy it is to get filled. Oh, there you go. Filled at 88 cents, just like that. So that'll work. AMD. AMD filled right away too at 950. You guys want to see any of these others? MSTR shows the options overpriced by about 6.2%. MSTR, surprisingly, I was expecting when I looked at this that MSTR would have been moving outside the expected move quite a bit, but actually it stays within pretty good. I mean, last quarter was a big move. It gapped up right at the expected move basically, and then just ran and closed the day way higher, up 26%. It's had a few outside the expected move, but quite a bit inside. SMCI. Pretty decent amount inside the expected move as well. Showing those options overpriced by about 8.9%. Yeah, there it is. Exceeds the expected move 30% of the time over the last 20 quarters. ALAB and TEM, I think they're a little bit too illiquid to trade, but ALAB's a little bit newer anyway. TEM is as well. Uber. It also only exceeds the expected move about 30% of the time. It stayed within the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tony, that is it's fetching the price of the at the money straddle in the past. Contact the expirations that I choose. Well, if I'm doing a calendar, anything that I'm doing, it's always using the Friday's expiration. So the most recent, the nearest upcoming expiration. And then on the calendar, I like to have at least 2 weeks between the front and the back. I'm just going to stick with AMD and Disney. We use a third-party data service. It's supposed to be super clean, and everything we've seen validates that so far. It's a paid service called Theta Data. Getting a little dip on the indices, not much. New all-time high is right. NASDAQ blasted through its all-time high earlier. Oh, the other way I used that earnings thing today was, so yesterday I did PLTR, and I did a calendar spread because I was anticipating it staying within the expected move, which it did. Had an expected move of about 9.8%. It gapped down less than 6, so it was within the expected move. So my calendar was profitable. But I took it off pretty close to the open when I was streaming this morning, because the other piece that this showed was if it gaps down within the expected move, and it's only done that 8 times. So, again, how statistically relevant is that? Well, I mean, we're looking at the last 20 quarters, so the last 5 years of data. But when it's gapped down within its expected move, it's continued every time lower, and by an average of 3.8%. So based on that information, I was like, well, that it's going to have a tendency to continue lower, and that's exactly what it did. So I was able to get out before. So here's PLTR. Had that gap down, but it was still within expected move. I booked a profit, and then you can see it continued lower all day. So I would have been in the red had I held, but I used this info to make a little bit more of an informed decision. So to me, that's what it's about. That's what it's all about, as my friends in Canada like to say. Right, Jan? Isn't that how you say it? That's what it's all about. Eh? That's what it's all about, eh? All right. So really what the two things I have left here are just, I'm going to close half my number 138, and I'm going to close out my 137. 137 still has a shot to transform if we can just get a little pullback. I know that's a tough, tall task to ask for today, but if we can get a little pullback, could still be in business. Biggest movers on the individual stocks today: FSLY is up 17%, Intel up almost 13%, Bullish up 11%, SanDisk new all-time highs, another 11%, MU new all-time highs up another 11%. Off a crazy move this is the third day in a row that MU's just been absolutely crushing. Qualcomm up 10%. AMD up 4%. On the red side, we've got Shopify and PayPal both had earnings. Shopify is down 15%. PayPal's down 8%. PLTR is down 7%. Cryptos gapped up, started strong, but Coinbase is down 3%. Nvidia's red, down about 1%. A lot of the Mag 7 have been pretty weak today. Google's starting to bounce back a little bit. Apple's been strong, but Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, all red. Netflix really red, down 3%. Are you guys taking any earnings trades? Watson, what do you got on deck? Krish? Anything? Moel? I don't think Moel can hear me. Moel, you can hear me now. Moel, short AMD. You doing that with a BWB? Vertical. Fish has a monster on Disney. What you got there, Fish? You got a butterfly and 2 butterflies and a calendar. Is that right? Fish has a mountain range on Disney. Yeah, don't believe everything you hear, Jonathan W. Could be true, but it could not. And who are these funds anyway? Who are these so-called funds you speak of? Mark Anderson? Mark Anderson's got a fund. It's kind of like when they say people familiar with the matter. An anonymous source familiar with the matter says, all right, we've got about 12 minutes until MOC. Don't really want to hold my number 137 through MOC, because if this thing just decides it wants to keep ripping, could put that one into the red. And as we've seen for the last month, the path of least resistance is certainly to the upside. Looks like I need about 75 cents for my number 138 to transform, so I doubt that's going to get there. But I'll leave that one on through through MOC, and I'll take care of that one after the bell. What else, guys? What else did you guys trade today? Anything fun? Kind of just a boring grind higher day. I posted in the 0DTE chat. I mean, it was at noon my time, Central, and $3 strikes were like 5 wide already. Even with VIX at 17.5. The premiums are going bye-bye. I didn't even do my last BIC tranche because it was getting down below 10 wide with targeting $2 strikes. Haven't seen that in quite a while. Premium juiced. That means volatility is high and the options are expensive. Juiced up. You know, like when a guy does steroids and he gets all juiced, pumped. That's what I mean, Django. Does that make sense now? Haven't even looked at financial juice today. Has there been anything announced? Any red line? Doesn't look like any red lines. 0 red lines? Wow. 0 red lines on the juice. In this case, I'm talking about financialjuice.com, not steroids. Articulate your use of AI is jargon that we use in the trade hacker community. That's hilarious. What do you got going there, Joey Bags? Double short butterfly? What is that? We're getting this is when you know you're bored. You're starting to get a little creative on your option spreads. Rick with the hedge. Got it. Excuse me. Closing 137 and closing half of 138, Kelvin. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close number 137. Just not going to give me that lock. I held it for 2 days. Not going to give it to me. Try to get out at 950. $9.45. Filled at $9.45 to close number 137. Yeah, I've done a little bit of double diagonals. I mean, I used to test them a lot when I was just trading double calendars in general, but they don't generate profit as quickly. It's like the profit comes in slower, which means if you transform them, it's going to take longer. Now, if you diagonalize to a point where you're a little bit more directional, and of course, if you get the direction right, and that, then you can get the, potentially the profits coming quicker if you're kind of skewing it or whatever. But, yeah, I just prefer using the calendars, going in neutral. Three minutes till MOC. Who else bicked today? Moel, Elliot, you guys bicked today? Any good? I just had the one double stop, but I still have a shot at a pin if we stay between 65 and 75. Cosmo, how'd the multi-tranchers go? Are they breaking out of your upside, or are you still safe? Living on the edge. Can't get rid of this cough.
1 minute to go now to get the market on close imbalance data.
I'm getting a little dip here. A little dippy. I'm going to go ahead and put in an order at $2 on
10
the 70
seconds.
fly. VIX is creeping up.
Market on close imbalance. S&P 500 sell side 742 million. Nasdaq 100 sell side 317 million. Dow 30 sell side 264 million. Mag 7 sell side 159 million.
Small sell side, 742 million, but little dip. You got filled on the 65s, huh? Did not put a 65 in. Wish I would have had my 65 in. It's a nice little dip. Let's see if my oh yeah, that would have been nice for my number 137 had I not closed.
Autofilled.
Let's try the 60s. Filled on the 60s. Well, there goes my one potential BIC pin. My put side got hit. All right, looking for a move away from 60. Yeah, I'll take 55. I'm down with that. Got 6 minutes left, sitting on 60. There's 59. James G and Dan B, your 65s are looking solid. There's 58. Almost to my 57 break even. There's below 57. Screw it. Let's just put in a new low of day. Actually, that may not be so hot for my Bix. Never mind. $55 is good. Hovering around 57 with 3.5 minutes. Below 56. Still a lot of time left for a bounce. A lot of time left. 3 minutes to go. I'm trying to do the triple reverse jinx. Back to 58. Fifty-eight and a half with about 90 seconds. Hey, 59 Bug Eye, do you know there's a chat inside the live stream? In the very upper right-hand corner, there's a little chat icon. If you push that, you pop that out. I saw you just typed in the Transformer chat, so I wasn't sure if you knew. Well, there's a bounce back up to 59. Back to 60 with less than a minute. Not looking solid. Not looking too solid for the 60s. For us 60s, James G, you got in at 330. That's better than my $2. And it's going to be a pin city. 7259.24. 7259.24. So Mahomes loser. Two losers in a row for Mahomes. Small winner on the DC that I closed. I'm going to close half of the other one for a winner. Day trading winning. Bix looks like they're going to be small red. And Mahomes loss. And that's it. We'll see how the AMD and the Disney earnings turn out. Otherwise, oh, by the way, no power hour tomorrow. I'm teaching a class right at the end of the day after the bell. So No power hour live stream, but I will be live in the morning for day trading at the market open. All right, all. Cheers.